This program is presented by Infinite Reality, powering the ultimate fan experience in the metaverse.
Welcome to the PGE Narodowy Stadium in the heart of Warsaw for the biggest speedway event on the planet. More than 50,000 spectators are getting ready to enjoy some epic speedway. Scott Nichols is down in the noisy pit area with the bikes warming up, but he's got a rider who knows exactly what it takes to win here.
Yeah, thanks, Abby. Yeah, certainly this man knows the fast way around here tight. Got a fantastic track record here. Does that help mentally when you come back to somewhere like this?
Oh man, it was a long time ago, so I don't really think too.
You've got a good memory.
Yeah, I've got good memories here. You know, I felt okay in practice qualifying. I was a little bit unlucky with the draw because they scratched the track, and I was out straight after the grade after that. So I think I was in like 4th and then dropped down to 8th. But I still got the 3rd pick of, like, if I was to choose 1st, 2nd and 3rd, what I wanted in my 3rd pick I got with an 8th pick. So that's that day out and done and out of the way, and racing is always different. You have to set the bike up a little bit differently because when you're trying to qualify, you're trying to be smooth and fast, and then that setup when you're trying to race and cut back and try some different lines, it doesn't really work. So we feel like we've got a good base, and looking forward to it.
Well, it can be a bit of a minefield, but I wish you well tonight, and whatever happens, we're all set for a great night's racing.
And we're in the company of 4-time world champion Greg Hancock. Greg, put it into perspective. How special an event is this?
Oh, wow, this is like extremely special, you know. I mean, this is one of 2 indoor arenas here, and it's going to be, a packed stadium here tonight. So the adrenaline really hits you hard. It's a temporary track. There's a lot of new things for the guys and something you don't do every day. So I'm pretty excited myself.
And you always hear from athletes ahead of these massive occasions, treat it like any other event. But how hard is that in practice?
You know, that's really hard because this is a track you don't ride on every day. So you're trying to find the lines, find the cambers, find the right, see if the track's going to cut up, and then you got to add, 45, 50,000 people. It's quite a rush.
It's the noise inside here as well, Greg. You're trying to, communicate that at home. It's a roaring sound here.
It really is. I mean, it's just, even when you're riding on the track, you get going and you think you're in the front and everything's going good, and you hear the crowd roar and you think, oh no, is somebody coming past me or what? But that's all part of the adrenaline rush. I love it.
Did you used to love riding here?
I really liked it. I mean, it's for me, temporary tracks were always a challenge, and that was something I tried to master. And I won a lot of the first rounds each time. They had to be effective, but you got to be smart.
Got to be smart. Well, the season kicked off a couple of weeks ago in Croatia to a backdrop of thunder and lightning. Here's the lowdown.
The 2023 season opener in Croatia didn't get started as planned, with rain making the conditions difficult to go racing. It soon eased, and after a few brief meetings, the riders were finally happy to get the night underway. There was one rider who did not enjoy riding in the rain, and that was Leon Madsen. The 2022 runner-up struggled to find any rhythm all night and failed to qualify for the semi-finals. Understandably, the Dane was disappointed with his night's work.
Not the start like I expected and wanted. I have to analyze the meeting after, and yeah, I just feel like it didn't go my way, really.
The British riders had no such problems racing in the difficult and wet conditions. Dan Bewley and Ty Woofenden looked fast all night, but the pair just failed to make the final. They'll both be looking to go one step further this weekend in Warsaw and make the podium. Third in Croatia was fast Freddie Lindgren, who looked to be back to his best after suffering the effects of long COVID all last season. He wasn't many people's pick to make the final, but he showed just why he's such a class rider. A fully fit Lindgren will certainly be one to watch in 2023. Robert Lambert dealt with the tricky conditions right from the start of the evening in Croatia. The Brit didn't make any mistakes all night, but he just couldn't get the start he wanted in the final to take the overall win.
It's only one step more, to the first place, but I knew Barty was going to be fast off gate one, and I'd need to make an incredible start. Didn't quite make it, but the opportunity made the space on the track, and getting to second, that's not bad for the first Grand Prix.
Victorious in 2022 and now in 2023, Bartosz Zmarzlik is starting the season like he finished the last one. Despite being disqualified from his second heat, the triple world champion is already the man to beat this season.
So it's a familiar face at the top of the standings. Reigning world champion Bartosz Zmarzlik on 20 points, followed by Robert Lambert, Freddie Lindgren and Jason Doyle. A good night for the British riders, but a disappointing one for the number 2 and 3 in the world, Leon Madsen and Maciej Janowski. Greg, Bartosz Zmarzlik, he just laid down the marker again.
He sure did. I mean, the guy set the bar last year by winning another world championship. He already set the bar in Croatia again for this season. So for all these guys that are determined to win the championship, that just lays a whole new level of their campaign, and they're going to have to raise that bar themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. It is so noisy inside this stadium. I'm just like lip reading. And for Freddie Lindgren, he just showed his never say die attitude in Croatia, and unbelievably for the Swede, considering his level of experience at Grand Prix level. First ever pole position here yesterday.
Yeah, Freddie's a classic example. I think he laid down that fast line late in his last session on the track, and the track really changed quick after they started grading it, and it got really fast. So a lot of guys pull one out. Zmarzlik did too, but Freddie, I look at him as like one of the elder guys in the series nowadays, and you don't need to run as long as I did in the campaign, but Freddie really gets better with age. He gets more mature. He gets more solid, like a fine wine, right? Yeah. But the guy has the never say never attitude, and he goes to the checkered flag, so keep your eyes out for him.
It was a brilliant performance from the British riders. At one stage, it looked like all three were going to make the final.
It did. It was really cool. I took a picture of the score chart there because I was like, wow, there's been a long time since you've seen Brits in 1, 2, 3 going into the semifinals. So a bummer they didn't make it, but it just shows you the level of competition, and you can't afford to miss one little bit at the start.
No, absolutely. Well, Speedway captures the imaginations of fans across the globe. Also those who are used to racing flat out. Scott Nichols is joined by a very special guest.
Yeah, thanks, Abby. I certainly am. This man's used to win championships on 4 wheels as opposed to 2. Of course, former F1 driver Mark Webber. Mark, fantastic to be here. When you're at the stage like this, does it bring back some of those memories you had when you were back in the day racing?
Yeah, it's great to be here, Scott. I think I was here a few years ago, so it's always guaranteed I'm going to see some racing when there's obviously a roof, so it's nice to make the commitment to come out here with the family and check it out. But, the sport is just constantly getting more and more professional. It brings the adrenaline, certainly to me, just say when you come here and watch, listen to the engines being warmed up, smell the beautiful fuel going on. So, I don't miss competing myself, but obviously I love seeing the riders prepare and get the adrenaline going.
Well, that just ruined my next question, so we'll skip to the third one. Pre-race, I mean, like you said, it's a much more professional environment now, a lot more mental aspects and psychology and things. Back when you were racing, did you have like a strict routine and like a build-up pre-race that you do regularly?
Yeah, we were pretty organised, mate. Obviously, just like Speedway here, obviously you sort of work your way back from the start time, so making sure that obviously you've, obviously well fueled, obviously getting your meals in, making sure you might even have some treatment or massage, because obviously our races are 2 hours long, so once we're in, we sort of want to make sure we're pretty free and loose. Hydration is obviously important depending on which countries you're racing in, and then just the sort of team just sort of gets thinner as you get closer to the race around you. May keep the distractions to a minimum and just focus on what you do best.
That's it. Well, that's obviously winning races. I'm going to put you on the spot. Who's your pick for tonight?
That's tough, mate. I think, well, of course, I'd like to see the Aussies do well. So that'll be brilliant if they can get a result tonight. But obviously, Zmarzlik's obviously on fire, isn't he? He's riding really well, and obviously off the back of some championships. So, I just hope it's a good, safe, clean, hard racing night of entertainment.
I'm sure it will be. Thanks for joining us. It's going to be an epic night. Back to you, Abby.
So good to see Mark Webber here. Well, this stadium, like the Principality in Cardiff in the UK, lays down a temporary track, and that presents a different set of challenges for the riders.
It's been never complicated for me. When I put my helmet, I'm focused about the racing.
We just get there and ride whatever's in front of us, right?
I think track will be a little bit tricky.
You never know what you're going to get on a one-day track. The material has been brought in just some days prior to the event, and sometimes the track can be really, really rough.
It's a technical track, really, coming to the indoor stadiums. They break up a lot easier than the normal permanent track, so I'm looking forward to some rough racing.
For me, so also the new lesson, what I take in here, make me better at the riders.
I think the atmosphere is the main thing, mate. The crowd's on top of you.
Big stadiums and the big crowds give me more energy, and I really like to perform on this kind of arenas.
But I think the riders who are racing in the British League, where the tracks are a lot smaller, I think they will have an advantage here Saturday night.
Yeah, it definitely showed in the last Grand Prix, the ones what have rode in England before and like the rough terrain. These tracks are a little bit rougher and a little bit bumpier, so hopefully I can stay on this time.
And let's turn our attention to the here and now. Greg, what's this track like?
Well, you know, these temporary tracks, there's a lot that goes into building them. You know, the moisture content of the dirt when they put it in is usually the key to getting a good racetrack. It looks like they've done a great job here. It's almost like a hard crust on top, and you can see when you kick it, there's not a lot going on. But when they pack these things hard with the rollers, it tends to get a little bit softer on the outsides where the dirt can't really pack down hard. So you'll see a lot of guys starting from the inside close to the white line or really close to the fence in the early heats. And then as we make our way to the corners, you know, these temporary tracks, they tend to cut up right on your entry to the corner where the bike kind of leans into the corner, digs in. There's a lot of pressure at that point, shoots you kind of across the corner a little bit. Then you hit your exit to the corner, and that's where you make one more apex kind of a turn, and the rest start to dig up there too. So the riders have to watch this all the time because in the early heats you won't see it so much, but it'll start to develop after a few more, and then you see what happened with Dominic Cabrera yesterday, right? He had one rut coming out of gate, the fourth corner in one of his second practices, and the bike looped out, and he had an awful injury. So it's really, really important to keep your eye out on what happens here, because this can, if it does break the surface, it can dig up pretty quick.
And how does that impact bike setup?
You know, it impacts a lot because every rider's a little different. First of all, you've got 45, 50,000 fans in here, and they really suck out a lot of the oxygen. So the engines start to suffer after a period of time too. It gets hot, so you've got to really watch your jetting and get the engine to work perfectly. But some guys like a nice smooth combination setup, and some guys like me like something a little more aggressive that makes me work on the bike and be a little more technical, like Tony said about the English rider. So I prefer that, and you know, I always like to be a little bit different than the rest.
Well, Max Frick was also different from the rest 12 months ago. He raced to a dramatic victory, his second in his Grand Prix career, and yesterday Scott caught up with him.
Like, see how hard it is. You can see this is right here.
As you boys doing a track walk, sounds a real simple question. What are you actually looking for? Can you tell that much from the track, just walk around?
Yeah, for sure. We can definitely look at, see where there's any holes, any lines, some bumps, even the way the camber's laid, where it might go off camber. So we're kind of looking at all the different surfaces on the track and the angles to see where we can and can't ride. and then maybe trying to predict how the track will be moving forward as the night goes on, with where the dirt will move to and where ruts might come up on the track. I think they had some laps here a couple of days ago, and you can already see there's a few soft spots or some ruts from the other day that you can see still, you know, within the track. They're a little bit softer with a bit of a hard edge, so you might be able to use them to your advantage, or they might send you in the wrong directions. This looks a little bit flatter coming into here as well.
But it does go up.
It does, but it's not until kind of further into the corner. But it's weird because it looks like from here you go uphill and then come back down again.
So you could use that actually.
Potentially.
They've made the track a metre wider this year and a little bit longer. Is this a track where when you're out front you get a little bit of fresh air and you feel like you're unstoppable, or is it one of those tracks where you feel like you kind of literally always feel like somebody's just over your shoulder?
I think especially with the track being wider, I think it's definitely going to open it up for more passing. I think you feel really vulnerable in front. So it's a small track, but you feel like you're racing a big track. It rides with a lot of lines, a lot of options. You're able to kind of change things up and make up time in certain areas if you get it right.
You were sensational last year, you won the Grand Prix. Do you refer back to that a lot in terms of your notes and things like that?
Yeah, for sure. You know, even down to engines and bike setups, we have everything written down. We still have everything that we used that night. So, you know, that's in our arsenal for tonight, to be able to try and find something that works, as well as we come with some newer stuff, some fresh ideas on a track that's a little bit different that hopefully will also work well.
It really is a beautiful setting. Just an incredible stadium right in the very heart of this historic city. And crowds are starting to make their way inside the arena now and getting ready to enjoy a brilliant night of Speedway. Let's turn our attention to another Aussie ace now, 2017 world champion Jason Doyle. He looked set for victory in Croatia before he hit the deck in the final, and Scott Nicholls went on the lookout for a chat.
Hey Jace, didn't get to catch up with you after Croatia. You kind of departed on a destruction mission. You made the final, way better start to your Grand Prix campaign than it was last year.
Mate, I couldn't have asked for any better. After the last 2 years, I was so bad, really. No speed, and finally can mix it with the top boys again and feel like I've got the pace to win a Grand Prix.
What's changed? Obviously, I saw you did a few meetings in Australia over the winter, but is there anything else changed in the back room?
There's been a lot of things changed personally in my head when I've got something under me bum that I can know that's going to be working from the start, and on the track I'm not so edgy at the start. So I think when I went back to Australia, we done a lot of testing really, and just had some fun. Got away from the pressure of riding professionally and got back to Australia and just had some fun with the family and friends and just enjoyed it.
Ultimately, that's why I ride bikes. We did it as a kid for fun, didn't do it for a paycheck. Do you feel like now when you turn up these meetings, you feel like the Jason Doyle of 2017, you feel that you can give these boys a run for money and go for that title again?
Yeah, I've always felt like I've been in 2017, sorry, and I know that I've got the speed. I keep saying I've had some good meetings in the leagues the last couple of years, but I just haven't put it together in the Grand Prix. So I think, yeah, I'm always looking back on 2017 and wanting to be that fast, and I think I've got that back again, and I'm really looking forward to this year.
Thanks, mate. All the best for the season.
Well, Jason Doyle, very positive in that interview, but he was fuming in Croatia. Scott Nicholls joins us now, and Scott, rightly so, because he had the chance to end a almost over 5 years SGP victory drought.
Yeah, it was, and he, like I said, he should be disappointed. He was on form that night, made the start, did all the hard work, just hit the rut and hit the deck. But no, but it's taking the positives. So it was a great first round. He made the final, and just hearing him talk, he feels like he's got the speed. And as Greg will sort of back me up, you need the speed in the Grand Prix. If you haven't got it, you're a sitting duck.
couple of riders didn't have the speed last time out either, Greg. Leon Madsen and Maciej Janowski. But for Leon, he goes well here. How does he put a disastrous round like Croatia really behind him?
Well, you kind of have no choice. You got to put it behind you and move forward, because the series is long, but you know it can creep up on you really quick. And it looks to me like he made a frame change, maybe, because he used to run a little bit different style frame, and it looks like he's using a full size one now, and that will make a big difference. It's a big swap overnight like that, in a sense. And I'll be curious to study that a little bit more. But you know, he wants to win, and he realizes that sometimes you got to be a step ahead and make those adjustments. So we'll see how he goes.
Yeah. We had the camera on you, hope you don't mind, yesterday, Greg, during qualifying. You look good, give you that. But you were chatting to Maciej Janowski and Ty Wofferden. Great that you've still got that relationship with the riders. What was the mood like?
You know, those guys they're good dudes and they're jokers, but there's a lot of camaraderie. Yet you can always feel the tension of everyone's trying to steal a little bit from the other one, you know. But I stay close with those guys as much as I can, and I spent some time with them in Wrocław, coaching and working with them and trying to share information, experience, and they learn quick. So I enjoy spending that time and trying to stay in the game myself.
Well, we're going to look at shots now of Marcin Gortat. He is a former NBA player, Polish basketball legend, and loves his speedway. Scotty?
He's a little bit too tall for the old speedway, but put him next to Dudek, that would be an interesting sight. But yeah, no, it's cool to have him here. That's the trophy the boys are all gunning for, and what a stadium, what a place to do it. But the man who holds that title now is leading the way, and I think he's a hard man to catch.
And as the atmosphere builds, Scott, what's going through the mind of the riders?
Do you know, it's all those little pre-race rituals. I mean, me and Greg have spoken about all this stuff, no end of times. Everyone's got their little routines, and you know, all those memories, all that, you know, just replaying all those things. The goosebumps start, the heart rate starts to rise a little bit, and yeah, mine's doing it now. Yeah.
Mine is too, and I'm not getting anywhere near a bike. Well, this is close as I get. Well, Patrick Dudek was another rider who had a disappointing outing in Croatia. He'll be looking to bounce back in front of a home crowd.
Tough race in Gorica because the weather was tricky before the meeting. We had a little mistake in one heat when I was last because we changed a little bit sprocket in my bike and I was last, so I don't have more points to race with the semi-finals. I would like the good fun on the bikes because I'm not race good now. This season is hard for me. Yeah, this is the plan, race more better like last year, and remember I had, I think, one crash. So yeah, last year was not good meeting for me here, but waiting for fighting for the better place. It's a beautiful moment. I remember when I was third a few years ago here in the final. And I remember before the heat when all people say my name before the last heat, so it was amazing feeling. So I think I would like will be the same because this is the special moment, I think. And yeah, this is the 60,000 people, so.
So much pressure on these Polish riders. And Greg, we mentioned how good Bartos is, and he's been leading the standings since Croatia last year, but he's never won here in Warsaw. He's never made a final.
It's incredible, right, when you think about it. And sometimes you just think the guy's just messing with people. You know, he's just going to come out like he did yesterday and pull on a super fast time in the last practice. But it's amazing. We haven't seen a Polish winner at this event yet either. So there's a lot of hype. And then, I mean, they really want a Polish winner. But at the same time, I think it's these Polish guys are good. If they just finish right up there all the time, they keep the people coming back.
Oh, exactly. And if a Polish guy does win, the roof is going to be blown off. I don't want a retracting that will go. But you know, the pressure said, but Zmarzlik, 5 semi-finals on the bounce, but to not made a final is pretty amazing. But you know, it's about being consistent. If he makes another semi-final and just keeps chipping away, it's they can't give him any kind of advantage or a lead, that's for sure.
But Janowski, he comes off the back of a win in the Polish golden helmet. That's got to drive a load of confidence.
Oh, definitely. And he's got a good record here, and he's racing in England. He suits these tight technical little tracks.
Go on then, put your names on the line here. Greg, Scott, who are you saying?
I'm going to say that, I mean, there's a lot of guys here that are going to upset it, but I think Jason Doyle's the guy you got to watch out for.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'll go Ty then.
Ty, okay. Well, it is Warsaw. It's a big one, and it's tapes up next.
We're going to have a full house in that beautiful stadium. We're just moments away from the riders' presentation. And we had a fabulous qualifying yesterday evening. Really did go very smoothly indeed. We'll take a look at the calendar. We've already had, of course, Godeshan 2 weeks ago, where we got the championship off to a flying start there with Bartosz Marzlik coming through in flying colours. But we move on now to the capital of Poland, Warsaw. And in the Narodowy on the banks of the Vistula River. As I say, we've been coming here since 2015. It really is a special place to come to. And the atmosphere already is electric out there. It's going to be a very special night of Speedway for all these competitors, that's for sure. When we have these temporary indoor tracks in grand stadiums, it really is a special occasion. As I say, riders are now gathering for their moment to be introduced to this huge crowd. We have had a change in the riding order with the injury to the wildcard Dominic Kubera, who has broken his back yesterday in qualifying, so we will inform you of that. We do have a last-minute replacement and the reserve berth here this evening, and we'll see him come forward first. He'll be wearing the race jacket number 18. And here he comes now, the youngster 20-year-old Prutra Kasper. Literally a last-minute call up for him. What a moment it is as he comes forward, Chris. There's no doubt that he'd love to get a ride tonight.
He will never witness a better atmosphere than what he's got here tonight, that's for sure.
Indeed it is. Now the youngster, the teenager, Victor Przemski comes forward. A lot is expected of this young rider, and had a tough year last year, but no doubt has got plenty of talent. Now we see the wild card coming in now. He's in the programme now, Bartłomiej Kowalski, and what an opportunity it is for the 20-year-old. Really will be very excited about that indeed. Kim Nilsson coming forward now, of course, a new boy to the Grand Prix Series this year, and looking to stamp make his impact rather here tonight. Maciej Janowski, big night for him.
Massive night for him. He's got a lot of pressure on his shoulders with all these Polish fans screaming for him. He's had 2 second places here in 17 and 18, 2018.
Another big night expected from Leon Madsen. Disappointing opening round in Godeshan 2 weeks ago. The world number 2 looking to bounce back tonight. Anders Thompson, once again, he is an entertainer, no doubt about it. Pretty solid in qualifying yesterday evening. You just don't know what to expect at times, but they know he's going to be giving it everything. Patrick Dudek, another Polish rider, desperate to make the final.
Yes, he's made one final. He finished in 3rd place 2019, and he certainly got the credentials to take another one tonight.
Max Frick, the winner last year. What a stunning performance it was from the Australian. Just backed himself off gate number 4 and came through in flying colours. Can he repeat that this evening?
No question, he's got the talent. If he can back it up with the confidence again tonight.
Jack Holder looking for a big night. Just missed out on the semi-finals 2 weeks ago. Wants to get himself to the latter stages. Martin Vasilik, he knows how to win a Grand Prix, that's for sure. Well and truly established in the Grand Prix circus now. Looking for a big night. So here's the man, 1-2 Grand Prix last year, Dan Bewley, and he's quick.
Yes, he is quick. He showed us once again in qualifying. He actually topped the charts towards the end, and I think he thought he'd got it sewn up, but unfortunately he's just slipped down to 4th place.
Keep an eye out for Mikkel Mikkelsen. Talking to Nicky Pedersen, says he's really focused, really beginning to believe in his capabilities. Made the final here last year. Sense he could be in for a big night. And Ty Woofenden, almost back to his best, saying the right things, much more intent in his riding. I'm sure he's going to be keen to win here again. 2-time winner here.
Yeah, he seems to have the old confidence back, strutting around the pits, and I think he's feeling good about this year.
You could say that about Jason Doyle as well. Confidence oozing through him, no doubt about that. Riding really well. Touch unfortunate a couple of weeks ago in the final. But what about Freddie Lindgren? Topped the timing charts in qualifying yesterday evening. Really looking good. Last couple of weeks he's been on fire.
He has, yeah, feeling better than he has done for a couple of years, having suffered from long COVID. And he really has got his mojo back.
Robert Lambert, brilliant performance. Second place in Goroshan, not too far away from his first victory. You've got to believe that. But the world champion, what can you say? Leads the world championship coming into the Narodovi. Will he finally make the final tonight?
Well, he led the world championship all of last year. He leads the world championship after the first round this year. Certainly he's the one they're all chasing.
Fabulous reception for the champion. There's no question about that. They're the gladiators for this evening's entertainment. Fantastic to see them all here. But now let's take a pause and we will listen to the Polish national anthem.
Rise up the cartoon. So the Polish flag will appear in the stadium, ladies and gentlemen. Please be upstanding for the Polish national anthem.
What a rendition. The crowd just roaring the national anthem out there. Really, the atmosphere now in the stadium is absolutely electric. And not too much longer before we get on with the action. It's going to be a special night of Speedway, that's for sure.
I'll be the first.
I will get my title back.
It'll be me this time.
2 times world champion.
One more before the games. No one can stop me. I will be world champion.
They might be your bestie, but are they McNugget worthy?
I'm so delicious.
Sight to hold. So yeah, we'll just not too much longer before we get on with heat number 1. So we'll just take a look at this. Is something new for us this season with the drone, having a roar around the track. It is quite a nice perspective. It gives you a sense of speed and a little bit of an idea of what it might be like to be riding a speedway bike.
Absolutely, yeah. Rider's eye view of lap of the track, and it is a fantastic venue. It's unfortunately not a track that I rode. It came along after my Grand Prix career, but no, the atmosphere in here is unbelievable.
But you did ride in Cardiff, so that was pretty special as well.
Very much so.
We'll take a look at the stats of the track, and obviously it opened in 2011, and we had our first Grand Prix here in 2015. 270 metres, so a smaller track for us. It's 11.5 metres wide. It's half a metre wider this year. It's 2.1% banking. Both straights are the same. We've got a little bit more banking in the corners, which is good to see. And as I say, that half metre wider will make a difference, give you a little bit more racing room on the entrances to both corners. As I say, the straights are identical, as are the corners, and Ollie Olsen and his team have laid a really nice looking track, and it's very well presented for this evening's Grand Prix. So that's just a little bit more insight to exactly what they're presented with, these riders, and the challenges that they have. As I say, it is a tighter, more technically demanding track, and that will no question sort some riders more than others. Boys just beginning to make their way round to the start line for the opening ride. Here we see the history of the performances here. Wins here, of course, in the Nairobi. Woofenden out in front on 2, and then 1 apiece for Frick, Madsen, Lindgren and Zagar. And Lindgren actually has a fantastic record here. He's made the final 4 times, I believe, in recent times.
Yes, yeah, he had that win in 2017. He's definitely the most consistent rider here at the Nairobi, and he was fantastic yesterday in qualifying. Rode the track so smoothly, really was calm, cool, collected. I think it was lap 13 when he actually put the fastest time in, which was very late in qualifying.
So here we go then, opening race of the night. Can't wait for this. Big moment for the wild card. Has been promoted in, the youngster Bartłomiej Kowalski. I do hope that he can keep his composure together. Will never have been on such a big stage in his short career, so we wish him all the best, as we do to the injured Dominic Kubera. That was a nasty incident tomorrow, and we wish him all the best and a speedy recovery. We hope to see him back out racing very soon. Lambert there, up at tapes. Fantastic fantastic performance 2 weeks ago. Just a change of machinery there for Martin Vashlik on his way round to the start. 2 Grand Prix wins last year, and if he gets off to a fast start, look out. Mikkel Mikkelsen on the inside in the red helmet colour. Robert Lambert in gate 2 in blue. Bartłomiej Kowalski coming out of gate number 3 in white, and Martin Vashlik off the outside in yellow. Martin Vashlik, the sort of rider, if he gets off to a flying start, could be very dangerous indeed.
Yeah, tough rider, always tough in the first turns as well. He won't stand for anything.
Here we go then, opening race of the night. Green light is on. Whoa, long pause. Jesper Steentoft, our referee. They get to the first turn, and it's all about Vashlik hustling that bike from the outside. Lambert slipping into second place, and Kowalski back in third. Mikkelsen missing out off the inside. Slick in the first race here, but Vashlik out in front. That was a great effort from the outside.
Brilliant effort. I'm sure Robert Lambert, after making the start, thought he'd got the first turn sewn up. But Martin Vashlik, great effort from the outside, just pinning it right down on the curve. Wouldn't expect to see too much passing in the early heats, but I tell you what, Mikkelsen is using the outside line. A great effect. Here he comes.
Fantastic move from Mikkelsen, committed to the outside run, just about in the second place. Vashlik now is definitely vulnerable. Mikkelsen, one last blast on the opening lap here. They're hugging the inside. Mikkelsen's got speed. He's going to do it. What a ride from Mikkelsen. He was stone last. This is sensational opening race in the Nairobi. Whoa, here we go. This meeting has just exploded in heat number 1, people. Do not take your eyes off this. This is going to be something extra special. Mikkelsen with a stunning opening ride.
That was unbelievable. Look what it means to him. That was something special in heat 1 to get around the outside of 3 riders like that. Unbelievable stuff.
Fantastic start to the event. I've got to calm down. I won't have a voice left by the time we get to the semi-finals.
I'll give you some oxygen, Kelvin.
That's right. Mikkelsen superb. 3 points for him. Martin Vashlik back in second place, 2 points. Robert Lambert in third, 1, and Bartłomiej Kowalski fails to score. but he committed to the outside run, didn't he? And he just stuck there, and it paid off big time.
Yeah, it wasn't a good start from the inside. He would have expecting more. Robert Lambert actually got shocked there when he got to the corner and Martin Vashlik had come across him, almost turned the bike inside out on turn 1. I thought here that Vashlik just moving off the line in turns 3 and 4 may have thrown all that work away, but he just stays ahead of Robert Lambert. In the meantime, Mikkel Mikkelsen is just working the track out. He's working the outside line. They have ripped a little bit of the dirt up there, so already it does have a working outside dirt line. And he just stuck to it, lap after lap after lap. He kept the bike smooth. It didn't faze him that Robert Lambert was trying to come back underneath him. Just stuck to it. And an absolutely tremendous opening ride from Mikkel Mikkelsen.
Well, what a way to start the night, and Mikkel Mikkelsen will be jumping for joy after that. Nicky Pedersen there, the team manager in there alongside him, did say to me prior to the event starting that Mikkelsen is in for a big night, starts in fine style. Absolutely terrific. Stone last on the first lap, comes through on the charge to the line and wins in spectacular fashion. As I say, this stadium is extra special. Dan Bewley out on track, heat number 2. Don't take your eyes off this. This is some line up here, people. We've got the world champion now, top 2 in the world from last year here with Leon Madsen up at tapes as well. As I say, if it's half as good as the first race, we're in for a treat, that's for sure. Former world number 2, Patrick Dudek, hasn't started the season like he would want. Looking to find some form here tonight in Warsaw. And needing to turn it up. Just dipped out in Godashan, didn't really enjoy the conditions.
No, tough conditions, didn't enjoy them at all.
Heat number 2 then, Bartosz Szmajlik on the inside in red, Leon Madsen out of gate 2 in blue, Patrick Dudek out of gate number 3 in white, and Dan Bewley off the outside in yellow. And Dan Bewley, it will not have escaped his attention that you can roar around the outside. He loves it there.
He's natural at it, you know, he can really make the bike flow, and he'll be looking to make full use of that, particularly on the first turn. Szmajlik, 500th Grand Prix heat, can he make it a big one?
Going to need to make a better start than Mikkelsen did. Doesn't mean to say he can't win the race though, does it? Here we go then. Green lights on, heat number 2. Takes up, away we go. Oh, what a start on the inside for Szmajlik. Bewley round the outside, he's going to get there. He's going to fire himself to the front. That grip on the outside is working. Oh, Szmajlik's all over the place. He's off the bike. Drama in the opening race for the world champion. He's down. He's going to be thrown out for that.
Yeah, track conditions caught him out. He had to turn the bike hard. He had Bewley just laying it down on him to pin him down to the inside, and he certainly caused, I think it's Leon Madsen that's down as well, and he caused that as well.
Yeah.
I think Szmajlik's going to have to go here for sure.
Yeah, he's in grave danger of Jesper Steentoft throwing him out here. We'll keep our eyes on for the exclusion lights. But that was a rider error there, just turned the bike inside out, and that caused the problem for Leon Madsen. And once again we saw that outside line working beautifully for Dan Bewley, but a disappointing start for the championship leader and the world champion.
It's going to put him under so much pressure now. He's not going to be scoring points this way. We can see there Bewley's just pinning him down, turns hard because he has to, and the back tyre just gives in. Leon Madsen has to get out of it, and he goes down, but it was caused by Bartosz Szmajlik here. Stops the bike, tyres let go. Leon Madsen can't afford to hit his back wheel, lays the bike down, and I can only see one exclusion light coming on for this one.
Yeah, a very awkward moment there for the world champion. Just almost going in reverse there for a moment. Leon Madsen's on his feet, so that's good news for the Danish rider. He'll be back in the rerun. I fear it will be that, got to be that surely the world champion will be the one that's in grave danger of being, the red exclusion light is now on, so Bartosz Szmajlik will not be in the rerun, and it will have a rerun with just 3 competitors this time. But a very awkward moment there for Bartosz Szmajlik.
Yeah, a worrying moment, very awkward crash. They're just the sort of crashes that you can pull muscles in your back, particularly as the bike is just pulling you in all sorts of shapes, and it does go down quite hard, but he was up quite quickly. I'm sure he's very annoyed with himself because it was just a simple mistake.
Yeah, I guess it's early, isn't it? He's got 4 more opportunities to make the summer. You saw him actually inexplicably touch the tapes 2 weeks ago, but it didn't stop him winning the Grand Prix. He is the sort of guy that can sort of put it to one side, but there's no question the pressure here in an Adobe. Szmajlik's never made the final. There's something about this place, it hasn't quite clicked in all the times he's been here so far, so he's going to have to dust himself down and just give himself a little bit of a talking to down in the pit there, and then come out roaring in his second ride. We'll wait and see where that is, where we're looking now for Bartosz Marzik to come out. He'll be out in heat number 5, so go off gate number 3, and he'll be hoping for better luck that time. Leon Madsen just taking his time now to go back to the pit area. He'll want to give his team plenty of opportunity to get that bike sorted out and try and make a better start in the rerun.
Yeah, it is a tactic employed by riders to give his mechanics time to straighten out the bike. He will stay on the track as long as possible, but I'm sure race director Phil Morris will be looking at the clock and giving him as much time as he possibly can, because he's gone down, and of course the crash wasn't his fault, so he has to be given enough time to sort himself out.
Unfortunately, nobody hurt, but we can get some reaction now while we've got a short delay. We can hear from Mikkel Mikkelsen now.
Yeah, just joining Mikkel Mikkelsen. Mate, what a first race. I kind of didn't expect that one that early on.
You know, sometimes you're lucky on these kind of tracks when you mess up the start that bad and everyone is just riding the same line. You know, they left the outside line nice and spacious for me, and went out there and the bike started going and I started building some speed. I was just like, I'm just gonna continue and see if I can at least get 1 point. But then when the bike picked up, I was just like, I'm just gonna keep chasing the dirt.
I made it work. It's almost like, yeah, you kind of got put there. I don't know if that's necessarily your plan, but it worked fantastic.
Yeah, you know, it was a good way to start the meeting. Obviously, I would like to make it easier for myself and make the start, so we're gonna do some tweaks to the bike, see if we can get it to pop a little bit better out of the start and make life easier for myself.
Perfect, good luck, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, great reaction there from the opening heat winner. It was a spectacular ride, and of course you always want to get some fresh air if you can pop off the start. It does make life a touch easier, but certainly from a neutral's point of view, it was very entertaining to watch.
Oh, it certainly was. I mean, it was fantastic to be able to do that in heat 1. I think shows the quality of the rider, of course, but we've got 16 good riders here tonight. But also how good the track is. You know, the shape is working, the surface is working. It held up very, very well in qualifying yesterday with the fastest times coming towards the end of the session. So, yeah, very impressed.
Indeed, 2 minutes is on for the rerun of heats number 2. Just the 3 riders for you. We are without the world champion, and it's not too much longer. We've got Dudek and Dan Bewley out on track, and they'll be making their way back round. Dan Bewley had made a decent start from the outside and had managed to get round the outside and hit the front. Bewley, if he gets away nicely, he got close to the final, of course. He made the semi-final 2 weeks ago and took Godeshan, but just missed out there in the semi-final. He'll be wanting to make the final, as all the competitors will be, but there's no question Bewley has the speed, and he has the 2 victories under his belt already.
Yeah, a little unfortunate for Dan Bewley in the first attempt to run the race, because he had made a great effort around the first turn to sweep around the outside of Bartosz Marzik, and he's now got to do it all again.
Indeed he has, and Leon Madsen, no question, has a second chance here. Often is the case. So the line-up for heat number 2, the rerun, no rider on the inside gate. Gate number 2 in blue is Leon Madsen. Gate number 3 in white is Patrick Dudek, and Dan Bewley going from the outside in yellow. An opportunity, a guaranteed point here for these 3. They'll all be charging hard for the 3, of course. Patrick Dudek, just sensed a little bit like last year, started the season poorly, felt like he really wasn't going anywhere, and then won in Tetra and really did turn his season around. Class act is Patrick, but just needs to find a bit of a spark again in his racing.
Yeah, he does. He's been on the podium here in 2019, so we know he can do it.
So here we go then, heat number 2, second time of asking, we're underway quickly. Dudek's made a good one, but Leon Madsen's there, but once again Bewley roaring round that outside, loves that, hits the front down the back straight. Dudek into second place, Madsen now trying to square the corner off, he's done it nicely up the inside, it's tight, but Leon Madsen will now just edge into second place. Can Dudek react? Dan Bewley, he's going to be a hard man to catch from there. He's on the edge of that dirt, he loves it there, silky smooth style from the British rider out in front. Madsen now back into second place. Dudek relegated to third, but Bewley looking good.
Yeah, after a good start, Leon Madsen gave himself a lot of work to do. He roared straight out to the outside. He'd obviously seen his compatriot Mikkel Mikkelsen make the dirt line work, but unfortunately just exposed himself for the cutback, and he's had to work on Dudek. But he's got no answer to Dan Bewley, keeping it smooth out front.
Bewley out in front's going to win easy. Lovely opening ride from the British rider. Leon Madsen, a solid second place after being bailed off the bike after that dramatic incident in the initial stagings of heat number 2. Patrick Dudek picking up the solitary point. Touch disappointed, I would suggest, but a super start for the evening's work from Dan Bewley off the outside gate. 2 races, 2 wins from gate number 4. Smarslick, of course, was excluded, so the result is Bewley 3 points. Leon Madsen, a solid second place there, 2 points for him. Patrick Dudek back in third place, 1 point for him, and Smarslick fails to score. Lot of talk about Dan Bewley, but let's see this again. A lovely first turn here.
Yeah, Madsen just runs straight across to the dirt, thinks they've got to stop the run of Dan Bewley. Wasn't able to do that, opened himself up for a lovely timed cutback from Patrick Dudek, who roars up the inside. Madsen read that one well, to be fair to him, and makes the cutback back on him up the inside, but he had no answer for the speed of Dan Bewley out front. Once he gets fresh air, he's very, very quick.
Yeah, we've seen that throughout last year, and once again he's performing at a very high level here. And it was a terrific opening ride for him. He'll be relaxed now. First ride out of the way, he always tense before the first race, and in a big arena like this, then you've got to believe that all these riders will be feeling a few butterflies, no doubt about that. But the young British rider looking good so far at this early stage. Heat number 3 is with us, riders out on track. Quite a lot of work going on the right, actually by the pit gate, with guys jumping off one bike onto another. Maciej Janowski's 2 bikes out there. Has a decent record here. We're yet to have a Polish winner here in the capital. The fans are desperate for it. Will it be one of the Polish boys win here tonight? Ty Woofenden out on track as well. And a good-looking heat once again. So, up at Tapes, a little bit of gardening going on. Ruts appearing already. Got to be careful about those ruts because they can get deep and you can bottom out.
Yeah, on these one-off tracks, the ruts do come very, very quickly and very, very deep. But you will see riders prefer, if they possibly can, to start out of a rut.
Janowski on the inside in red then. Gate number 2 in blue, it is Anders Thompson. Ty Woofenden, gate number 3 in white, and Jack Holder from the outside in yellow. Jack Holder, desperate to make the semi-finals. Very frustrated to have missed out 2 weeks ago. It was very tight between the 3 of them on 8 points. Heat number 3 then. Green light is on. Takes up now, we're away. Great reaction on the inside for Janowski. 3 abreast of the first corner. That gate number 4 is brilliant. The run to the first turn is just superb. Jack Holder now fires himself to the front. Janowski in second place. Woofenden working hard around the outside. Has he got the speed? Will he be able to get round his teammate from Blobsleigh? No, he doesn't. Janowski slams the door shut. Thompson's out the back, but Jack Holder, what a start from him. Gate number 4. Could it be 3 out of 3 from there?
Jack Holder using the dirt up by the fence to shoot him into the corners. He's riding quite a wide line for this early stage of the meeting. Heat 3 to be riding out that wide. We can see that it's the place to be out in the dirt. Fantastic first turn from him. And Ty Woofenden is still giving chase to Janowski, but he doesn't seem to have the answer.
Out in front, Jack Holder's got this one. Janowski slammed the door, early doors on. Ty Woofenden has maintained second place, but Jack Holder, this is a super opening gambit from him, and he's delighted with that, rightly so. The Australian coming through in flying colours there. Holder, that outside run off of gate number 4 in the first 3 races has worked. Second and third races has worked. Mikkel Mikkelsen made the outside work in the first race. But no doubt that the dirt line is wide at this early stage. That's slightly unusual. Jack Holder out in front, 3 points for him. Maciej Janowski back in second place, 2 points. Ty Woofenden, 1 point for him in third, and Anders Thompson missing out in his opening ride. But for Jack Holder, that's a terrific opening ride on such a big occasion.
Yeah, he'd be very pleased with that, coming from gate 4. Maybe wouldn't have expected that gate to be working this early on in the meeting, but he makes a good start, even break with Janowski and Ty Woofenden, but just makes the outside work around the first turn. And we have certainly seen that in the last couple of races. To be fair, Martin Vasilek had made a decent start in the first one from gate 4, so certainly the place to be. But a battle for a couple of laps with Janoski and Ty Woofenden, teammates, of course, at Wrocław, but no favours done out there.
No, not Grand Prix tough. You're racing for yourself, and as much as they like each other, Janoski wasn't going to make it easy for Woofenden, but the 27-year-old Jack Holder gets off to a super start. Just have a look at his stats there. He's made a few Grand Prix, his second full season in the Grand Prix, and we hope that he can continue and maintain his performances throughout the evening. So heat number 4 to complete the first block of races. And we will see for the first time of the evening last year's winner, of course, Max Frick, who was in sparkling form here 12 months ago. Really was an extraordinary performance. Jason Doyle is had a lot talked about Jason Doyle over the past couple of seasons. Can he recapture the form that saw him pick up his World Championship in 2017? I suggest he may just be getting back to that. Kim Nielsen on the inside then in the red helmet colour. Max Frick in gate number 2 in blue. Gate number 3 in white is Jason Doyle, and off the outside, Freddie Lindgren in yellow, who was spectacular yesterday in qualifying. Fantastic. He really isn't renowned for his qualifying speed at all, but yesterday just blew everybody away.
Yeah, he did. Jason Doyle there in white. He's got to come off gate 3, which is so far the gate that's only scored a couple of points, and either side of him he's got 2 previous winners of this event, so he's going to have to be on top form here from the start.
He will indeed. Heat number 4. Gates up, we're underway. Charging into the first turn, it's tight 4 abreast. Lingman right round the outside, but Doyle's there. What a first corner. He meant business there. There was no way Lingman was going to come round him, and he stamped his authority on that first corner. But Lingman's coming on strong. Frick's back in 3rd with Kim Nielsen out the back. Lingman round the inside. Is he going to get it? He has. What a turn. Now Doyle back. Fabulous speedway here.
I tell you what, Freddie Lindgren anticipated that move back from Jason Doyle. He knows Jason Doyle's a hard charger. He left the room, and it's a good job he did, because there were no brakes coming on for Jason Doyle. But this is another fantastic scrap, and I've got a feeling that Freddie's got something left in the locker here.
Here we go then, one last lap. Freddie Lindgren all over the back wheel of Jason Doyle, right round the inside. One last blast down the back straight, but Doyle just about got it under control. Frick's roaring round the outside in 3rd. Terrific race of speedway there. Fabulous 4 laps. With Jason Doyle after a great first corner, coming under immense pressure from Freddie Lindgren in 2nd place. But he hangs on to win his first ride of the evening. Frick back in 3rd. Fabulous speedway action once again in heat number 4.
I was just saying how bad gate 3 was, wasn't I?
Yeah, OK, mate. Yeah, we'll try and forget that. I don't think a lot of people will mind, but Jason Doyle 3 points, Freddie Lindgren in 2nd place 2, Max Frick back in 3rd. And there we see the point scores after the opening 4 heats. Terrific speedway already. Kim Nielsen misses out in heat number 4. Winners so far is Dan Bewley, Doyle, Mickelson and Jack Holder.
They were all yellow. I came along. I wrote a song for you. And it was called Yellow. Your skin, oh yeah, your skin and bones, turning to something beautiful.
Working together for a more sustainable world tour. DHL and Coldplay.
Let it go.
I'll be the first.
I will get my title back.
It'll be me this time.
2 times world champion.
One more before the games. No one can stop me. I will be world champion.
How
How about a spark of inspiration? Oops! Let's get this thing rolling. Ta-da! Try that on for size. Yeah! Level up in Forge of Empires. Play now for free at FOE.tv or download the app.
You know that feeling? When you're out of data and you're out of control? But not with EE. With Stay Connected data, you can keep using essential apps like WhatsApp and Maps, even when you've run out. Count on EE to make your data go further. Only on the UK's best network. Search EE Stay Connected data.
I am what I am. I don't want praise. I don't want pity. And so, if I love each sparkle and each bangle, why not see things from a different angle? Your life is a sham till you can shout out, I am what I am.
With People's Postcode Lottery, Saturdays just got 1,000,000 times better. Every single Saturday, one lucky postcode is guaranteed to win a share of £1 million. For your chance to win this spectacular new prize and others every day of the week, play with your postcode before midnight on the 25th of May. People's Postcode Lottery, creating a millionaire street every week.
Yeah, just the track grading going on, and another opportunity to have a look at this wonderful stadium. And it really is fantastic, and the atmosphere inside is truly electric. We're going to be able to get a little bit more reaction with Scotty Nichols now, because he's going to be joined by Dan Bewley.
Yeah, another Gate 4 winner, Dan Bewley. Dan, you'd do it twice as well, and it was a brave first turn, second time out.
Yeah, I thought I was just making good starts, but no, I think Gate 4's been good these first few races, but you know, the track's changing all the time, so I just got to keep an eye on it.
Yeah, see, just before we come, had a chat here, looking at a little video, just watching back yourself, you're just seeing how the track is developing.
Yeah, watching my golf swing, actually, but it's good.
How is the golf swing?
Work in progress.
Okay, well, the riding's going good. Is the track much different from how it was in practice?
It's actually a little bit like the end of practice. You know, I was at the first one of the early sessions and it was really slick, and now there's some material. So, yeah, the dirt's working so far, but you know, I think the whole track's opening up now.
Yeah, standard question. A few little tweaks before your next race?
Not too much. Just keep an eye on it and just see how the situation is.
Repeat what you did in the first one. Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, good to hear from Dan. He has to wait now. He's got a bit of a wait till heat number 8. We'll go off the heat number 2. We look at his statistics there. Of course, he debuted in Cardiff back in 2018, which seems some time ago now. But of course, he has 2 Grand Prix wins to his name already. Won the British Championship last year as well. He had a fabulous season. And consider they had such limited amount of time to get ready for the Grand Prix series. It was an outstanding achievement to make the top 6 on his first full season as a Grand Prix rider. And you just sense there's much more to come from Dan.
Yeah, not a bad roll of honour that for someone who's been in the sport so few years and really is making rapid progress.
Indeed he is. So riders out on track for heat number 5. We'll see Freddie Lingman once again, who will go from the inside gate this time. He's up against Mikkel Mikkelsen. And of course, we've got the world champion out here who had that awkward-looking fall in his first race and under pressure to try and get some points on the board here in his second ride. So Wufferton on the outside gate. He'll be hoping that that works once again. We'll keep an eye on that because they have had the track grading going on. We'll see if it still can swoop round that first corner from the gate. So here we are, heat number 5. Then on the inside in red is Freddie Lingman. Gate number 2, Mikkel Mikkelsen in blue. Gate number 3 in white is Bartosz Smartek. Off the outside in yellow is Ty Wufferton. tasty looking race this. Freddie Lingman's fast. Mickelson was superb in heat number 1. Smarslik under pressure, failed to score, got excluded. Ty Woffinden looking for more after 1 point in his opening ride.
Yes, that outside line shouldn't, in theory, be quite as effective in this race since we've had a track grade, but anyone can make it work. The 3 times world champion Ty Woffinden certainly can. Freddie Lindgren now finds himself the other side of the track. Didn't make a bad start from the outside. Let's see what he can do from gate 1.
Yeah, it hasn't worked brilliantly so far. Just 1 win in the first 4 races, and he'll be hoping that he can add to that tally here. But as I say, a lot of eyes will be on Bartosz Smarslik coming out of gate number 3. Not ideal, but Jason Doyle did it, so I'm sure he'll feel that it's more than possible, but he's up against some hard charges, that's for sure. Mickelson will be very, very confident here after a spectacular win in heat number 1. Not much longer going now. Start Marshall's happy. Yep, he walks away. 3 lights on. Takes up. Away they go. Lingman jumped forward, but look at that from Woffinden. That's fantastic. Brilliant stuff around the outside. Gets to the front. Lingman into second place, the world champion. Smarslik back in 3rd. Not his night so far. He's going to have to work very hard from there. Mickelson's out the back, but Ty Woffinden has stolen a march there on the opening lap. It's a little bit greasy. There's some water on the track. Freddie Lingman under pressure from the champion. Champion having to work hard here, Smarslik.
Yeah, Smarslik under pressure after falling in his first race, only picking up 1 point as it stands at the moment. Ty Woffinden didn't even need to make a big run around the outside. He just used the dirt that had been brought down. He made such a good start from gate 4, and he's walking away with this one.
Yeah, Woffinden comfortable out in front. The action is for 2nd and 3rd. Smarslik now switching to the outside, but he's having to go further. Doesn't really make a big impact. One last blast from 2nd and 3rd. Will he get there? Woffinden's won comfortably. Freddie Lingman hanging on to 2nd place, and Smarslik 1 point from 2 rides. Under pressure, the world champion in the Nadadovi once again. Tough night for him so far. Mickelson missing out. What a superb ride from Woffinden. Chuffed to bits with that. Clenches his fist, means the world to him. Woffinden out in front, 3 points. Freddie Lingman back in 2nd place, 2 points, moving on to 4 in total. Bartosz Smarslik 1 point, Mickelson missing out. But once again, Smarslik not quite there, a little bit ruffled maybe. But that man, 4 points, bouncing back with a great win there in heat 5.
Yeah, Ty Woffinden's got a big angle on his bike there at the start line. He knows exactly what he wants to do, get straight across. Smarslik fortunately opened the door for that to happen, as he didn't make a great start. And Freddie Lingman, he jumped from the start, but then he just seemed to grab a handful of clutch, didn't quite get it coordinated enough, didn't get the bike to the corner. But Ty Woffinden there, just a little look over his right shoulder. No, Ty, there's no one there. They're all creeping around the line, but you're going away. And great ride from him. But Smarslik, as you rightly say, 1 point from 2 rides. He's under a lot of pressure, and he just doesn't seem to be able to find a setup that works here.
Track was greasy then, and it caught him out, no doubt about that. A lot of wheel spin, couldn't generate the speed he wanted. Very different from that man. 32 years of age now, had a chat with him on the way in. I said, you're a veteran now, mate. And we had a bit of a giggle about it, but certainly riding like a youngster here this evening.
What does that make us if Ty's a veteran?
Yeah, ancient. And our days long gone, mate. Those things are over. So that's all right, mate. But no, there's terrific stuff from Woffinden. Look at that. What a stadium it is. Real pleasure to be here. And we're up to heat number 6. Max Frick out here. Maciej Janowski after a solid performance in his opening ride. Robert Lambert looking for more this time. And 2nd place 2 weeks ago in Godeshan. Got Jason Crump with him here this evening, so they're working hard in there. Line up then, Max Frick on the inside in red, Maciej Janowski in gate number 2 in blue, Robert Lambert out of gate number 3 in white, and Patrick Dudek off the outside in yellow. Track should come to the riders now, the dirt turning over, track just drying a wee bit. Could be faster, maybe more racing lines this time.
Yeah, certainly through the previous meetings, the track has got faster and faster and faster as the night has gone on. And it certainly produced quite a few different lines yesterday, so looking forward to the meeting as it progresses.
Absolutely right. Heat number 6. Keep your eyes on Frick on the inside. We're underway, he's made a smashing start. Dudek's a bit wibbly-wobbly off the start there. Hit the first turn, can he get around the outside? No, Frick slams the door shut. Good ride from Frick back. Janowski's back into 3rd place. Robert Lambert's out the back, but Max Frick, he likes his place. One here, It's tight though. They're not getting away from each other here. They're falling over each other in actual fact. Dudek there coming under pressure from Robert Lambert. Not too much to choose between all four riders, but good couple of laps from Max Frick out in front.
Yeah, so wibbly wobbly, that's an underused phrase there. I like it, Kelvin, well done.
Very technical, very technical.
Yeah, very technical indeed. But Dudek is giving chase to Janoski, the two poles there under pressure here in the Narodovi Stadium. But last year's winner, Max Frick, looking pretty smooth out front, as he always does. Janoski's not giving up, though. He's making chase.
One more chance now around the final corner for Matej Janoski. Not going to get there. Max Frick has ridden an impeccable race there. Lovely start on the inside, trusted the speed of his bike around the inside and picks up a valuable 3 points. Good stuff from Frick. I'll be pleased with that. A little inconsistent at times, Frick, but that'll settle him down nicely. Another solid second place for Matej Janoski. So 3 points for Max Frick out in front. Janoski in second place, 2 points. Dudek back in third, 1. And Robert Lambert, that was a tough ride for Robert Lambert, missing out that time. And work to do for the man who came second 2 weeks ago. But for that man, the winner 12 months ago here, that was a handy win for him.
Yeah, as we look at it again, Max Frick bike launches from the start there, makes a very good start from the inside. I've got to say at that point, looks like that Patrick Dudek's going to get a good run around the outside of him, but Frick just runs across there, just stops his run, nothing too harsh about that. He knows that Dudek's going to have to get out the throttle right straight across in front of him. Perfect move coming from the inside, I've got to say, especially when you know the track run is working on the outside. So it's a good, well thought out first turn from Max Frick and runs away with it. Janoski now able to get up the inside of Dudek, but he has no answer for that man, race winner Max Frick.
Yeah, delighted with that. And just a bit of a debrief going on there with his manager in the pits. And just a quick look at his stats. 27 years old now, and he's looking quite good. He's plenty of experience in. He's a busy man. So on to 4 points this evening. So making his way very nicely off a third place first time out. Peaked number 7. And the boys are up at tapes. And we'll see Thompson, Nielsen, Madsen and Kowalski. Madsen looking to push on here. He's picked up a couple of points in his first ride, so looking to build on that now. And Kim Nielsen also looking for points as well. Here we are on the inside. Anders Thompson in red. Gate number 2 in blue is Kim Nielsen. Gate number 3 in white is Leon Madsen. Off the outside is Kowalski in the yellow helmet colour. What a massive night it is for him. He really must be quite sort of almost overwhelmed with this arena. It really is very special indeed. Let's hope he can get some points on the board.
Yeah, it'd be fantastic if he could make gate 4 and that run around the outside work for him and mix it in this one.
So here we go then. Start Marshall. He's walking away. Referee's put the green light on, we're underway. Anders Thompson's made a great start on the inside. Kowalski, oh my goodness, Liam Madsen. Oh, he's come around the outside, Kowalski. Terrific stuff from him. This is a dream. He is out in front. Probably can't believe. Just got to keep breathing, boy, because you're going to have some people charging you down. Kim Nielsen in third place. Anders Thompson in second place. Certainly, but for Kowalski out in front. What a fantastic first turn. He's riding the wheels off of that thing. He's going for it. It's tied for second and third. They're swapping places. But Kowalski's out in front, the wild card.
Great opening lap for Kowalski. You should have heard the stadium. The roof nearly came right off it as he hit the front. And this crowd are right behind him. It's a fantastic effort from the 21-year-old.
Indeed it is. He's out in front. Bit of a shock here with Leon Madsen out of the points here at the back. Kim Nielsen riding very tight indeed, turning the bike. But out of the last turn, listen to the crowd. Kowalski picks up his first win in Grand Prix. What a moment for him. An opportunity, and he's taken it with both hands. The reaction is just stunning here in the Narodovi. They love their speedway in this part of the world. And he's clearly overjoyed with that. What a special moment.
It's a fantastic moment, and he will want to move on from that. He is soaking it up. The crowd were behind him for all 4 laps.
3 points for Kowalski then. Anders Thompson back in second place. Kim Nielsen in third, 1 point for him. And Leon Madsen, world number 2, misses out. The But the attention is all on that man, number 17 on his back, Bartosz Kowalski. What a ride it was.
Yeah, congratulations for him from Rafał Dobrucki there, the Polish team manager. What a job he did there. And looks like Anders Thompson's actually made the best start, but he just swoops across, just a little bit like Ty Woofenden in the earlier race. And it is really a fantastic first turn for it. It all looks like it's happening on the inside here. Suddenly, Kowalski just comes into the picture, bursts onto the scene, hits the front, doesn't panic, doesn't go to the inside, keeps flowing around the dirt, and yeah, shows some great pace there.
And that was what it was all about, wasn't it? When you're young and you're new to this sort of speedway, it is about, you hit the front and then you just don't want to blow it. What do I do? Just keep that throttle wound on, and he didn't blow it, and it was a fabulous ride. Anders Thompson and Kim Nielsen really battling hard for second and third. Not too much to choose between the two Scandinavians. Desperate times for Leon Madsen, just out of form at the moment. Such high expectations coming into this season. Kowalski is not 27 years of age, he's 20. It's his first appearance in a Grand Prix, and he's had a couple of rides and he's won one of them, so a big beaming style, and rightly so.
Absolutely, take a bow, young man.
Fabulous stuff. So heat number 8 will complete the second block of races, and every rider would have completed 2 rides. Seeing Dan Bewley after a patient wait for his second ride, and looking like Martin Vasilik there alongside him. And we've got Jack Holder out here, the 2 Australians, in actual fact, off the outside 2 gates. So heat number 8, on the inside is Martin Vasilik in red, Dan Bewley in gate number 2 in blue, Jack Holder gate number 3 in white, and Jason Doyle, a race winner also.
Yeah, competitive race this one.
Yeah, it is indeed, off the outside in yellow. So 3 heat winners here. This is quite spectacular stuff. Not going to be a tough race to call, I would suggest. So here we go then. Heat number 8. Very competitive lineup, that's for sure. Takes up, we're away. They come roaring out of the gate. They're all there together. Look at that from Doyle. Doyle's round the outside. Can he get it hooked up? No, not quite. Martin Vasilik is in front. It's tight between the 2 Australian riders for second and third. Doyle now squaring it off. Oh, it's going to get tight in the turn one. Not so much. Here comes Doyle out the inside. Charges to the front. Vasilik's gone to the back. Can you believe it? Now we've got Dan Bewley now getting amongst it as well, but Jack Holder promotes himself into second place. But what a move from Doyle up the inside.
Fantastic move. There was no room to make that move whatsoever, and he had the audacity to ride through anyway. And a weaker man may have gone down, but Vasilik just kept it upright, and he would have felt hard done by in that lap, going from first to third.
Here comes Jack Holder. Jack Holder looking very good in second place, but it's looking like an Australian 1-2 here. Fabulous ride from Doyle, and Jack Holder also very fast in second place. Would suggest a bit quicker than Doyle there, but that hard move on the opening part of the race for Doyle to come up the inside. Martin Vasilik, wow, he didn't really know what had hit him. He actually did well to stay upright. But Jason Doyle, 2 out of 2 so far, 3 points for him. Jack Holder in second place, 2 points. Martin Vasilik back in third place, and Dan Bewley missing out there off of gate number 2. They've all completed 2 rides, and Doyle leads away on 6 points. Holder on 5, Woofenden on 4. Max Frick so the same. Very tight indeed there. Plenty of speedway to come.
I'll be the first.
I will get my title back.
It'll be me this time.
2 times world champion.
One more before the games. No one can stop me. I will be world champion.
Let it go.
The Bennett British Superbike Championship heads to Donington Park on the 19th to the 21st of May for 3 days of high-octane two-wheeled action. This year's field of riders will star in a triple header of races with a full support package, open paddock and free pit walkabout on the Sunday. Weekend tickets are just £45 online in advance with free admission for the under-13s. Book now at donington-park.co.uk.
Who said electricity can't be bold? Who said cool can't be cooler?
I can't believe this.
Who said hybrid technology can't trigger emotion? New Nissan Duke Hybrid, a thrilling electrified experience.
Join the nation in cinching it and buy your perfect car online. Everything's faff free with helpful financing options so you can spread the cost of your new car and part exchange your old one. No wonder Cinch is rated excellent on Trustpilot with over 20,000 reviews. So with the option to spread the cost, part exchange your old car and an excellent Trustpilot rating, you can be certain you've absolutely cinched it. Search Cinch and buy your next car today.
Stella Artois Unfiltered. Beer au naturel.
You can almost feel yourself starting to relax. With summer flights to Europe from $32.99 one way and package holidays from £309 per person. Book today at easyjet.com.
Here's to the 5 a.m.ers, dawnbreakers, who seize the day. All from the comfort of their own bed. Proper morning people deserve a proper breakfast.